Welcome to the second series of rhythm and movement exercises. We're going to be focusing on partner work. And before we start, I just want to review some of the skills that you learned in the first series of exercises. And we began with just tossing up and catching with two hands. And then we practiced tossing up and catching with one hand, beginning with the dominant hand, and then tossing up and catching with the non-dominant hand. After that, we practiced crossing over the center line and opening, crossing over and opening, and then passing behind. Then we practiced loop and loop up, and then we passed across. And adding to that, we loop and pass behind. And each time we're passing, it's always with an underhand pass and catching in an underhand pass. Then we did two beanbags. And this goes, we're doing two things at the same time. And when you got that, then we did behind the back. So those are the basic skills that we're going to be using in the partner exercises. So I've invited my husband to come and be my partner for these. This is Kim Smith. And when you're working with a partner, we would usually be about 2 arms distance apart, but for the video and so on, we're going to be a little bit closer. And if you're working with somebody who is more challenged, I do have a video on modifications. And this first lesson, some people will go through it with a breeze, and other people may take a couple of sessions to do lesson 1. Basically, we're going to start by just tossing with one hand and catching with two. So if you would put your two hands out, and what this does is for the person who's tossing, it really gives them a focus to aim at. Sometimes children will throw the beanbag all over the place, or throw it too high or off to one side. So it's just very simple: catch and then toss it back with one hand. And catch and toss it back with one hand. And then once you get that, we're going to do it catching with one hand. So normally the person would begin with their dominant hand. So you're right-handed, and I'm going to toss it to you. You're going to catch it with one hand and toss it back to my right hand. And that's we'll do that until you're comfortable with that, and then we're going to try the non-dominant hand. So this may take a little bit longer. Toss it to me. And again, we're tossing underhand and catching underhand each time. Then once you've got that, we're going to do a rectangle. So we're combining crossing in front and passing to the other person. So I'm going to start with my right hand, and I'm going to pass it across, straight across, and then you're going to slap it across to your other hand. So it goes here, put this across and open, and then to me, I pass across and open, and open, and toss. And once we get this going, then we're going to start a verse, and usually I start with something that many people know, Jack and Jill. So we're going to go, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. So we've been doing it in a counterclockwise direction, and now we're going to do it in the clockwise direction. Okay, you ready? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Very good. All right, so that is the end of lesson 1. So good luck with that, and then we'll be on to lesson 2. Thank you.